right?
Here we are. Okay.
Welcome back, Jacko.
Thanks.
Yeah. Get in there. Just have to press the pin in at the side.
Okay. Oh, easy.
That's it.
Yep, not quite so easy.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you might have to get
do
the...
you want to bring that up? And,
Okay.
I take it easy, Stuart. He's not helpless.
Not totally.
good one. That's it.
We've got these ramp things put in as well, so you can get up and down easily. And...
Yeah?
Oh, great. Thanks. Check this out, mate.
Welcome back, mate.
Whoa! Wow.
Easy, Ben.
Sorry, mate. A bit speedy, was it?
Yeah, a bit. Hi, Sarge.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't think of this, did we?
What didn't we think of?
Boss, this chair's not going to go through the hatch.
You have to build another ramp for me.
You see, there's no problem at all. We just unlock these other doors here and go through that way. Sergeant, would you like to do the honours?
No problem.
It's going to be absolutely fine.
Sure. So, Jack, what are you going to do at the pub, mate? There's a lot of stairs there.
Yeah, Chris has put me in the parlour.
Ta-da!
Hey! All right, I got it from here.
No, you're all right, mate. I'll do it. All right.
Okay, thanks.
Seems pretty okay.
You think so? Just keep him busy, eh?
Sure. Thanks, Tom. I didn't know what else to do. He was just here at 8:30 and insisted on taking over from me. It's not just the kids. I mean, he could be a danger to himself.
Looks like it's all right.
Danny Croydon. Morning, Danny Croydon Ben.
Morning, Clancy.
I'm the new lollipop man.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
What did your sign say?
Dop. Made it out of a broom. It's not really a time.
You don't have to stand at attention, Clancy.
I got a reference from Mr. Hooper at the recycling plant. He wrote Mr. Joseph Freeman. That'd me, Daniel Croydon.
Yes, I know. Why don't you sit down?
Thank you, Daniel Croydon. He wrote Mr. Joseph Freeman is a reliable worker.
So, you wrote a letter.
Teacher Tracy wrote it for me to the Shire Council.
And did you get a reply to the letter?
I need a lollipop man. Could old Mrs. Wallace drop dead?
Oh, it's not quite that simple, Clance.
Why? It's easy because I can do it in the morning before the recycling plant and after in the afternoon at 80p to Lemon Squirty.
So, who actually handles the applications, do you know? Is he in? Yeah, very sudden, I hear. Most unfortunate.
There we go. Not too
And
deep.
what's the situation with those applicants?
Yeah, that's the way.
No, I understand. I'll call back. Thanks. Well, according to the Shire Manager's office, the previous supervisor, Mrs. Wallace, died of a heart attack on Sunday night, so there is a vacancy, and Clancy's applied.
But no appointment yet.
Not yet. Do you really think he's up to this, boss?
I don't see why not. Clancy's a lot smarter than some people think.
Oh, you've
Smart enough for this?
Look, we're talking about a school crossing supervisor, not brain surgery.
Or coffee making.
perfect.
Boss, can I suggest some kind of test or trial, maybe some training, something like that, so that we can make an informed judgment about whether he's up to it or not?
Thank you. It's nice to see somebody take a positive attitude to this. Thank you, Sergeant. I don't suppose you'd like the siren on, would you?
No, thank you, Daniel Croydon.
No.
The siren is not a toy. It's only for when there's an emergency.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Clancy, now look both ways, remember?
I'll have art in the back of my head.
Good. That's only part of the job. Let's have a practice.
Okay.
Okay, you're right, Clancy?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be the pedestrian, okay?
Okay. Hey, what did the Wiggles tell you?
What?
Stop at the traffic and look both ways. Look both ways again, wait for the traffic to come to a stop.
That's very good, Clancy. Come on, let's get you over there. All right, off you go. That was terrific, Clance.
Thanks.
This time, you stop the car, okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I'm going to be the new lollipop man.
Oh, yeah, Clance, that's great news.
Yeah, I'm going to have a top down and a whistle and everything.
Yeah, all right, let's not get too carried away.
Because you did, though, and everyone had to do what Daniel Crawden said.
Not quite, Clancy. I still have to talk to the council.
So did everything go okay?
Yeah, he was fine.
He was better than fine. Look, this little kid tried to run straight out onto the road and Clancy stopped him, didn't you, Clance?
Yeah, I did.
Right. Council. Stuart, why don't you and I pick up the lunches while we're about it?
So I gather it's Councillor Chris Riley we're off to see then?
Well, I'd say that...
I can do that for you, Honourable Jack.
You're right, mate. It's filing. You've got to know your ABCs.
Alphabet, that's a dint. A for Alpha, B for Bravo, D for Charlie.
All right, you can do it.
Well, to be honest, the Shire manager did treat the application as a bit of a joke.
Chris, how many applications were there?
Oh, I don't know, about one, I think. I mean, it's only worth $50 a week.
Well, there you are. You see, nobody else wants the job, and the money's not the point.
No, the point is the safety of our kids.
What about a trial? A week or two, maybe, so that everybody can find out what I already know, that he can do it. Surely the council would come at that.
Well, we'll have to consider it.
No, I don't want you to consider it. Can't you convince them?
Beat up Sergeant Ted.
Clancy, mate. How about an ice cream for all your hard work, eh?
Okay,
You can get one for me, Constable Jack and Sergeant Tess, too.
I'll be quick.
Not too quick. I'll fix up there.
Want an ice cream, Daniel Crawden?
No, thanks.
How'd it go with Chris?
Oh, well, the boss used his natural charm.
She's giving it her fullest consideration.
It'll break his heart if he can't do it.
Yes, I know, but you can hardly blame the council for being concerned, can you?
What if he had official police supervision, boss?
Well, the council might buy it, but I don't know that we can spare an operational member, can we?
What about a non-operational one?
Well, are you volunteering?
Yeah, if the sergeant will let me off filing duties.
No problem there.
Well, it's an interesting idea, but
As good as a guy in a wheelchair going to be out there.
I wouldn't have put it quite like that.
No, it's okay, boss. Look, Clancy's got a perfectly good pair of legs. He doesn't need mine.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Unreal!
Now, don't get too carried away. Remember, it's still just a trial.
I reckon I'll go good, though.
I'm sure you will, but just in case, Constable Jack's going to be there to keep an eye on you. I called into the council on the way over, and look what else I got. Not just your sign, and here is your special coat, and your real whistle.
No, not in here, mate. Not in here.
I'd only joke.
You going to model that coat for us, mate?
Reckon?
Sergeant Croydon, when did you object? Do you think we could have a quiet word?
Yes, of course.
I'm the president of the Parents Association at the school.
Oh, right.
I heard this afternoon there's a plan to give Mr. Freeman a trial as our crossing supervisor.
Yes, the majority of the council have agreed to that.
Well, I have to say I'm really not sure about this.
Well, he's had a lot of practice. I've even given him some training
Yeah,
myself.
but Sergeant, I believe Mr. Freeman is...
Mr. Freeman is quite special. He's a bit childlike sometimes.
Exactly.
but he's
I mean, I
quite
don't want to seem
capable.
prejudiced, but...
No, of course you
But the safety of the children is the priority here.
course.
I have two daughters attending Mount Thomas Primary School.
And they'll be in perfectly safe hands.
But how could you say that when you've got somebody like this in charge of the school
Because
crossing?
this trial will be under the direct supervision of the police.
Checking up on me again, darling?
Richard, I thought you were in St.
St.
David's.
David's, well, we were. The meeting went so well, we decided to have a drink. You remember, Nicole?
Yes, of course. Hello, Nicole. Wendy. Senior Sergeant Croydon, my husband Richard,
How do you
Sergeant,
do?
how are you?
and his secretary, Nicole Clements.
Personal assistant, actually.
Nice to meet both of you.
Listen, why don't you join us when you're done, hey?
Well, I think we'd already finished, haven't we?
You're satisfied the kids will be safe?
Absolutely.
All right, mate, these two will have to be the last, Clancy. It's 9:10 already.
The crossing supervisor is on duty till 9:15. Honourable Jack, that's the rule. No running. I know you're late, but there's no running across the crossing.
Clancy, that's great, mate, but you've got to get off the crossing before you let the cars through. That uniform doesn't make you invulnerable, all right?
Okay.
You're the police supervision.
Yeah, you got a problem with that, Mrs.
Dubček, yes, I have a problem. Your sergeant said these children would be safe. He promised me.
Well, as you can see, nothing's happened.
Yet.
Clancy's doing a great job.
He was standing in the middle of the road. He's a danger to himself as well as the kids.
Oh, that's crap!
What did you say to me?
Mount Thomas 800 to VKC. We've got a 12 and 16 hit and run, Penhope Road for the Children's Crossing. We've got a child down, we need an ambulance ASAP. It was so fast, boss. It's just bam, it happened.
Where's Clancy?
He's talking to Ben in your car.
Little boy's unconscious. He's pretty badly knocked around, but nothing's broken, as far as I can tell.
His name's Cody Watkins. He's always running late.
Parents?
The principal's phoning the mother.
I'll organise a door knock to see if anyone saw or heard anything.
Okay.
I didn't see him. I didn't even see him till after he was hit. I'm so sorry.
So you should be.
Just a minute, Mrs. Dubček.
And so should you, Senior Sergeant. Some trial.
Can we discuss this down at the station, please?
What, so you can shut me up?
So we can get a statement from you. We'll need one from you too, thank you, Constable. So it was a blue car, but you didn't get the rego?
No, it was a Commodore, I think, but I can't be 100% sure.
You didn't see it coming?
No.
Why not? I thought you were supposed to be watching what Clancy was doing.
Yeah, well, I stuffed up.
So are you saying that Clancy should have stopped this from happening?
I don't know, I wasn't watching.
What the hell were you doing?
I was arguing with Mrs. Dubček.
Lawson, you're the one who wanted this job.
Yeah, well, I stuffed it up. Should have stuck with the filing, hey?
You're all right. Look, beating yourself up about it isn't going to help anyone. So, Mrs. Dubček was on the crossing. Where was Clancy?
He was on the other side of the road, where he was supposed to be.
Where the boy came from.
Yeah, must have been, yeah.
So this boy, Cody Watkins, just ran straight past Clancy.
And into the path of the oncoming car.
Yeah, I suppose.
And what? Clancy didn't see him either.
He must have been watching the argument. Some pair we make.
Sign there, thanks.
Is that it?
Yeah, thank you.
Wendy, you're just tuned. Are the kids okay?
Yes, they're fine. No thanks to the police.
Let's at your home, eh?
Oh, can we stop at the pub on the way?
Well, we've got a bottle of brandy at home.
No, I want to see Councillor Riley. Make sure this ridiculous experiment is brought to an end so nothing like this can happen again.
Did Mrs. Dubček say anything about the car involved in the accident?
No, she didn't see either the car or the boy until the boy had been hit.
Look, I hate to say this, but if Cody ran right past Clancy, he obviously wasn't paying attention.
It's not looking good, is it?
If it was an accident, no.
Well, what else could it be?
What if somebody was deliberately aiming at the boy? Then nobody could have stopped it.
And Clancy couldn't be held responsible. Is that the line we're taking?
It's not a line, Parish. Look, I mean, why didn't this car even bother to slow down?
The driver might not have even known he'd hit him.
The Watkinses, are they local?
The mother and the son have been here a couple of months, moved over from St David's.
All right, see what else we can find out.
Right, gotcha.
Nothing seems to help.
Clancy. Come on, mate, this isn't helping at all. If you call Brian Hooper at the recycle plant, explain to him what's happened.
Yeah, sure. You're right, mate.
Clancy, now I really need to know what you did and what you saw.
I was on duty.
Yeah, I know. What else? Did you see the little boy?
I blew my whistle.
Before he ran out onto the road?
I want Leone.
Yeah, I know you do, but...
Where's Leone?
All right, Clancy, come on, that'll do for now.
Right, so...
Lawson.
Much damage.
Clancy's in a bit of a state. Could you see if you can calm him down?
Don't you think I've done enough already?
We need to get a statement from him. At least he listens to you.
Look what it did to him.
Boss, that was the hospital. The boys were gaining consciousness.
Right, I'll go.
I'll look after Clancy.
I'll come with you.
Excuse us, Mrs. Watkins. Senior Sergeant Croydon, Sergeant Gallagher, do you mind if we have a quick word with Cody?
You go for it.
Hi, Cody. It wasn't my fault.
Of course it wasn't. You're not going to say he's responsible, eh?
Yeah, OK, Mrs. Watkins, if we can just have a word with your son.
Cody, did you see the car that hit you?
No, I was late. I was running. I don't know.
Don't you know who was responsible for this?
That's what we're trying to find out, Mrs.
Oh,
Watkins.
come on, I can tell you. I've already got an intervention order out against him. I moved from Mount Thomas to get away from him.
Are you saying you know who did this?
I sure am. My lousy husband, ex-husband. He said he was going to hurt Cody, now he has.
What do you clowns want now?
Morning, Mr. Watkins. Sergeant Gallagher, Mount Thomas Police. You know Senior Sergeant Croydon.
I've never been near the bitch again. Not since last time.
This is your wife, is it?
Ex-wife, yeah?
Yeah, we believe you've already breached an intervention order.
You believe, do you? So?
What kind of car do you drive, Mr. Watkins?
Monaro. What about it?
You wouldn't have any blue Commodores parked in there, would you?
What? You're trying to say I stole it?
Do you mind if we have a look inside?
Yeah, you got a warrant?
Do you want us to get one?
Customer brought it in yesterday. I got the paperwork.
This primer's still wet.
Because I've just primed it. Front end damage.
Where were you between 8:30 and 9:30 this morning?
What?
8:30 and 9:30.
Working, I suppose.
Can anyone verify that?
Is there any point to this?
Oh, I don't do anything without a point, Mr. Watkins. Chief one being the behaviour that brought about this intervention order.
Oh, look, after the divorce, I went a bit off the planet. I mean, I wouldn't be the first guy to do that.
But your actions convinced a magistrate.
Oh, she convinced the magistrate. I mean, she loves the courts. She always gets her way, the bitch.
So what's your version, Mr. Watkins?
I went round the house a few times, that's all.
Look,
My house, I paid for it.
according to St David's police, you were drunk, you were abusive and violent.
You know what she did to me? This family law thing? I tell you...
So you're dissatisfied with the divorce settlement?
Dissatisfied? With theft? I mean, she gets to keep the house and I've got to sell my business so she can get her bloody 75%.
And sole custody of your son?
Yeah.
So you made threats against your wife?
In the heat of the moment?
And threats against your son?
No way. Never.
Cody's life is over. That's what you said.
Says who?
Says Senior Constable Graham and Constable Sullivan of St David's Police, who attended a domestic dispute.
It was recorded, Mr. Watkins, and given in evidence in support of the intervention order.
Yeah, but she twists everything. I meant she was going to turn him into a lying, conniving little bludger just like her.
And how far would you be prepared to go to prevent that?
Nah.
If I can't have him, nobody else can. It's a pretty good motive.
Except in this case, I'm just not sure it fits.
Come on, Tess. The record of violence, the threats, no alibi, the conveniently repaired car.
A deliberate hit and run on your own kid. Jim Watkins just doesn't seem that callous to me.
He's probably feeling a bit guilty right now.
Look, OK, I'd like it to be him as well. It'd certainly get Clancy off the hook. But I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
Excuse me, we've got a bit of a problem with Mr. Watkins. He's arcing up about us keeping him here.
Have you followed up on that Commodore at Watkins?
Yes, customer brought it in yesterday and it definitely had front-end damage.
Doesn't mean that Watkins didn't do a bit more damage.
Yeah, it also means we can't keep him here either.
All right, but there is still the intervention order. Remind him of that, please.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell we're going to keep him from going straight to the hospital. He's been screaming out to see his son.
It'd be interesting to see how the two of them got on.
I don't want him anywhere near that boy.
There might be another way. Thanks, Angie. Yep. I'm just patching you through to a phone in Cody's room. Thanks. Have a seat.
Cody. G'day, mate. Yeah, it's me. How you going, Tiger? Oh. That sounds pretty bad. Yeah, well, I want to see you too, mate. I've got a bit of a problem with that. You know, your dad was a silly bugger.
If that is an act, I have to admit it's a pretty good one.
Who else has got motive?
Maybe there is no motive. Maybe it was just an accident.
Which brings us back to Clancy.
I'm afraid so, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I saw him running like he was when you and Senior Constable Ben were training me.
And did you blow your whistle like you did yesterday?
Yeah, I blowed my whistle very loud.
And did he stop?
No, He didn't stop. He didn't look. He just ran straight onto the road.
It's all right, Clancy. It's all right. Just tell us what happened. What else did you see?
I saw a 1984 metallic blue Holden Commodore Bellina 3.3 litre straight thick sedan. It came boom and it hit the little boy.
Did you see anything else?
Mrs. Dubcheck, she was on the other side with Constable Jack.
What was she doing?
She was talking to Constable Jack. He was very angry.
Right. Then what?
And then she went straight onto the road without even looking both ways.
How far onto the road?
Almost to the middle. Then there was the little boy. I blowed my window.
And then the car came.
I blowed my window.
Yeah, it's all right.
I blowed my window.
Come on, it's okay. Let's get you home.
I wouldn't let the boss hear you say that, mate.
I don't care. It was stupid.
Yeah, well, you didn't see his trial.
Oh, I saw the real thing. Sending Clancy out to supervise the school crossing was a stupid idea.
Jack, have you finished that filing yet?
Fingers work. Fingers work.
Jack.
Voice, I can see, I can hear. Fat lot of good
This
it did me.
morning, hey? This morning was not your fault.
Yeah, well, I'm
all
sent
right?
out to supervise the guy, and what happens?
The sergeant's right. What else could you have done?
Lawson, you said this morning that Cody Watkins ran straight past Clancy, right?
Yeah, for what it's worth.
Did you hear Clancy blow his whistle?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So as far as we know, he did everything he was supposed to do.
Unless it was too late. I mean, if the kid's already on the intersection, he can't really blow his whistle then, can he?
Yeah, but you can't say for sure whether he was or not.
No.
Now, Mrs. Dubček, where exactly was she when all this happened?
Well, like I said, she'd stopped on the intersection to argue with me.
But before she stopped, she was on her way over to the same side of the road as Clancy and the little boy.
Yeah.
That was the hospital. Mrs. Dubček's just been brought in. She was assaulted.
I really don't see why they had to bother you people with this.
Well, 6 stitches in the back of the head. It's a pretty serious assault.
Is there any reason why you wouldn't want us called?
Because why? You'll never catch him.
Who assaulted you?
That's just the point. I didn't see him.
Him?
Well, I assume. I had just come home, I heard a noise. Before I could turn around, something hit me on the back of the head.
This happened just inside the front door?
Yes. Oh, must have been a burglar, I suppose. I just disturbed him as he was...
Was anything taken?
I don't know. I didn't look. I just wanted to get to a doctor.
So you drove yourself here?
Yes, well, I suppose that was a bit stupid, but... Look, we do this later, please.
There's definitely something she's not telling us.
A sign of forced entry.
ACR's missing. Connections are being ripped out.
Right, so he just pulled out the VCR when he heard Wendy's car pull up in the drive, and he waited by the front door.
Ben, look at this broken glass. Check out the blood. We should have a look around for a broken vase or something like that.
You're assuming this was the weapon. They would have found fragments of glass in Wendy's skull, surely.
Not if it was broken in fall.
You're saying that she was pushed rather than hit from behind.
Which means she should be able to identify her attacker. She didn't even want to report it.
Why didn't she?
Because she's covering up for what really happened.
And the missing video recorder?
Smoke screen.
The husband?
Well, I reckon they had a fight and it got nasty and he pushed her over.
That wouldn't play very well with the School Parents Association,
Which is
would it?
why she made it look like a burg.
I've been wondering if there might be a connection between this assault and what happened at the school crossing this morning.
Right?
Well, Lawson and Clancy both said that Wendy Dubček stepped onto the crossing and then she turned back. The next second, the Watkins boy copped it.
So the hit run was after her.
Well, suppose somebody did try to run her down. Now she's been assaulted. That's quite a run of bad luck for one day.
Well, it's bad enough giving your wife a backhander, but to try and run her down in the car?
What about Richard Dubček? Have we contacted him yet?
No, I tried. He's not at the office and his mobile's out of range.
That's all the more reason to try and find him. His personal assistant goes by the name of Nicole Clements.
What is this? Is there something...
Yeah, Mrs. Dubček is the victim of an assault.
An assault? Where?
A few hours ago, Ms. Clements, in the Dubček home.
God, that's dreadful. Who? Do you know who?
Not at this stage.
And is she...
She's
be...
recovering in the hospital.
Oh. Well, thank God. And this is why you want to see Richard?
Yes.
Miss Clements, you aware of any problems between Mr. and Mrs. Dubček?
No, not that I know of.
No friction, tension between them?
Why would I?
No particular reason.
They seem a very happy couple.
I'd say you're right, boss. It looks like they're on together.
But it doesn't mean Nicole knows anything about the hit and run or the assault on Wendy.
No, but it's a pretty good reason for Richard Dubček to want his wife out of the way.
Yeah. Can you keep checking his mobile number?
Yeah, sure.
Hello, Daniel Crawdon.
We're a bit busy at the moment, mate.
I'll be very quick. I'm just checking and I'm double-checking.
Yes?
About tomorrow, about the cropping.
Ah.
And Constable Jack can supervise me again?
Are you sure you want to do the job again after everything that's happened?
I didn't want to go back at first, but Leonie said I should. She said you can do it, Clancy.
Why don't you just sit tight and I'll do a bit of checking around and see what I can find out.
It'll be all right, won't it, Daniel?
Oh, yeah,
Crawdon?
I'm sure it will be.
G'day, Constable Jack.
Hey.
What you doing there?
Just mailing a few letters, Clance.
Can I lick the stamp?
I've nearly finished, mate.
Please, can't I?
Look, they're self-adhesive ones. Why don't you go find another sheltered workshop, Clance? This one's full.
Lawson! I realise the present situation is putting you under a lot of pressure, but what you said out there is inexcusable.
Tell him I'm sorry, all right?
No, it's not all right. Look, that boy out there doesn't have a lot to work with, but he does the best he can with what he's got.
More than can be said for me, hey?
Now that you mention it, yes.
Well, maybe he's had a bit longer to get used to the situation.
He's going to have to live with it for a lot longer, too. I mean, there is every chance that you're going to get out of that chair and walk again. But Clancy will be Clancy for the rest of his life, and he deserves to be treated with a bit of respect.
Respect? Right, does that include being told the truth?
Yes, of course.
So why don't you go out there and tell him that he can forget about being school crossing
because
supervisor?
I haven't even discussed it with the council.
Oh, come on,
yet.
boss. You know as well as I do, there's no chance they're going to give him another go. Not after this morning. And you'd agree with them anyway.
May I remind you that I'm the one who got him this trial in the first place?
So why don't you tell him the truth? Because you think he's too weak in the head to deal with
That's
it.
enough, thank you, Lawson.
Look, maybe I wasn't very nice out there, but at least I was being honest with him.
I just can't see it happening, not after the accident this morning and not with the way that Wendy Dubček's carrying on.
She's in hospital, did you know?
No, I didn't. What happened?
Well, let's just say there's more to this accident than meets the eye.
So Clancy's not involved?
We're investigating.
Oh, come on, Tom. Can't you give me more to go to council with?
My word that it will be a very thorough investigation.
Look, I need a little bit more. People are worried. There's been a stack of phone calls already. Come on.
Can you at least try?
Look, I only just squeezed the trial thing through in the first place.
Hello, Daniel Crawdon. I'm helping.
Yeah, yes, you are. That's good.
Now, it's all neat and tidy. Who would like a cup of tea?
Well, I'm sure we all would, thanks, Clancy.
How long are you going to keep stringing him along, boss? Just giving him little things to do.
Haven't you got any little things to do?
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Well, good.
Boss, I checked vehicles registered to Richard Dubček. No Commodore.
I've never owned a Commodore. Why?
Mr. Dubček.
I believe you've been trying to contact me.
Yes, we have. I presume you've heard about your
My wife, yes, I know. Nicole told me. I went straight to the hospital. Why all this interest in what sort of car I drive?
Mr. Dubček? Sergeant Gallagher. Might be better if we talked about that in here.
It's better be good.
How'd you describe the state of your marriage?
What are you implying?
Just answer the question.
My marriage is fine. Excellent. We have our ups and downs like all couples.
Would one of the recent downs be Nicole?
No way. Of course not.
Can you give an account of your movements around 9:30 this morning?
What? No, look, what's that got to do with anything? My wife would have been at the school by then.
Yeah, she was. Where were you?
Well, if you must know, I had a breakfast meeting with Councillor Sutton about a property out on Penhope Road.
And you don't own or drive a Commodore?
I said so. Drive a Honda Legend. It's outside if you'd like to have a look.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
thanks.
Serious matter, Miss Clancy. Relax.
Sorry, boss. Richard Dubček was at that council function this morning. The entire council was there, and the breakfast didn't finish till about 9:30.
Your theory about Wendy being a real target not looking too good, boss.
Well, Nicole Clements confirms that Richard Dubček rang her from his car around about the time his wife was assaulted.
No surprises there.
Still doesn't help Clancy much.
No.
Boss, it's Chris.
Hi, Chris. How did we go?
Only Chris?
Why? But that's...
Leonie can make me a sandwich in the morning and a bottle of cordial drink. And she can
That's
make
really
a sandwich
nice of Leonie, but...
for Constable Jack.
Yeah.
Too. Would you like Leonie to make
Did
you
they?
a sandwich, Constable Jack?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
all right, thanks. Thanks, Chris. Bye.
Good.
They said no.
But you said you would fix it. You said you would talk to Auntie Chris.
Yeah, I did.
They don't like me.
No, it's not that. It's just that they feel that they can't take the risk.
No.
Clancy...
But you're the top cop.
That's all very well, but... I mean, I've done everything that I can.
Not fair.
No, it's not fair. But, Clancy, we haven't stopped trying. We're not going to stop. Clancy!
Sorry, Clancy. It's pretty rough, eh, mate?
Why? Why, Dory?
I know how much you wanted the job.
No, I'm not all there in the head.
Hey, don't talk like that.
Why not? It's true. You think I act funny, don't you?
No.
I see people laughing at me. They think I don't see. I hear them saying spastic and retard and throw a very rude word, and I'm not deaf. This is a job I can do, Constable Jack. This is a job I can do well.
I'm delighted that you've seen the light, but I doubt if there's any way the council's going to change its mind.
Even if we can prove that the accident had nothing to do with Clancy.
Which is what I've been trying to do, except our case keeps falling over.
If we could find the driver of the other car, it'd be a start.
Which nobody even saw.
Except Clancy. Even got the make and model.
Which didn't do us any good, unfortunately. We're still looking for it.
Can I have another chat to him?
All right, at this point I'm willing to try anything.
It might be something you didn't tell us because you're upset. Whatever.
I think.
So, is there anything?
You mean like the registration number of the metallic blue 1984 Berliner?
Yeah, that type of thing. You didn't happen to get the rego number, did you, Clancy?
Yeah, it's part of it.
OJN 077. It's a blue Commodore registered to Nicole Clements.
Well, she drives a blue Commodore. I've never taken much notice of the registration.
Where is Miss Clements, sir?
I've got no idea. She's resigned.
Resigned today?
A couple of hours ago, yeah. I think the job just got too much.
We believe her vehicle was involved in a hit-run accident this morning.
Are you saying Nicole ran over that...
We believe she was probably aiming for your wife.
My wife? This is ridiculous.
Why didn't you say anything when you knew we were looking for a blue Commodore?
Because I never imagined for a moment Nicole would be...
Would that be the reason for her sudden resignation?
Well, you'd have to ask her that.
We intend to. Can we have her address, please?
You can go to hell.
You're already looking at a charge of hinder police. I suggest you cooperate.
Well, no sign of it, boss.
One of those new units rented furnished. Kind of place you look around and say, well, I won't be here long.
So did you put out a general broadcast?
Yep, and we checked with the neighbours. She kept pretty much to herself.
Yeah.
Friends here in Mount Thomas?
Not as far as we know. She moved up from Melbourne a couple of months ago, just for this job.
And for Richard Dubček.
Yeah, sad, eh?
Well, if she skipped town because she knows we're onto her, she could be anywhere.
So where would she go?
Well, I'd ditch the car and get as far away from Mount Thomas as possible.
Oh, remember that next time you're a suspect.
She's already had one go at Wendy Dubček. Don't think she might have another?
I can't say it myself.
Even so, you could go down to the hospital and make sure she's okay.
So you think we're wasting our time then, Sergeant?
I think it's right to check, but Nicole came back here to make the hit run premeditated.
And you don't think it was?
Well, hang on.
Back there.
Mount Thomas 259 to Mount Thomas 900.
Mount Thomas 900, go ahead, Sarge.
Found suspect Clement's vehicle at Mount Thomas Hospital. Request immediate backup.
Parish, go.
Copy that, 259.
On my way. Mount Thomas 209 to Mount Thomas 900, code 5 at the hospital.
When Ward 4, don't forget you'll need to turn off your radio.
Received that. Ward 4, thanks. There's no one in the car park, but I've disabled her car so she can't go
Good
anywhere.
thinking. Did you check the hospital grounds?
No.
All right, Ben, you better do that. I'll check all the rooms in this ward. Can you ring reception, see if they've seen anyone? Looks like Nicole.
Righto, and what does she look like?
About 180, glasses, reddy brown hair. Yeah,
Right.
thin.
Doctor, you haven't seen anyone matching that description, have you?
No, I don't think so.
Hey, Doctor, does Mrs. Dubček have any special treatment, any physio or x-rays or something today?
No, she should be in her room.
Right.
I'll check the grounds.
Sarge, reception reckons a woman of that description came in about 15, 20 minutes
great.
ago.
Did they say where she went?
She asked for paediatrics.
No, well, they'll be keeping an eye on him, but they say no. Thank God. Yeah, thank God. It's pretty nice of you to ask after Cody. Are you visiting someone here in the hospital?
Yeah, someone.
A friend. What's this? What's going on?
Okay, where's Wendy Dubček?
I don't know. You don't move. What are you talking about? Why did you come to the hospital? Well, I felt bad about the little boy.
Nicole Clements, I'm arresting you on a charge of reckless conduct endangering life and a number of other charges. I must inform you, you're not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given in evidence. Do you understand that?
Yes. I'm sorry. Let's go, shall we?
Just thought you'd like to know we've finished with Nicole Clements.
Did she admit to the hit run?
Yeah.
Good.
Boss, she's been bailed.
It was a pretty callous act. Did she go before a bail justice?
No, I let her go on her own undertaking. Look, she was very remorseful, and as we thought the kid wasn't even a target.
So she was after the wife.
Yeah. Richard Dubček calls off the affair. She sees Wendy standing there on the crossing and rage takes over. It was a spur of the moment thing.
You sure she wasn't at the hospital to have another go?
That was the last thing on her mind. She went there to make sure Cody was all right. Hey.
Thanks. My bossy facts arrived for you.
Tough.
I finished filing those reports. Is there anything else you want me to do?
Yeah, Jack, I'll find something for you to do.
Lawson. You did well today with Clancy. So, where was Mrs. Dubček?
Ben found her outside in the hospital grounds having a cigarette on the sly.
she's leaving him.
She's packing her bags as we speak and then taking the kids to a mum's place in Ballarat.
So I presume this means that Wendy Dubček withdraws all her objections to Clancy.
I would have thought the school crossing supervisor's job in Mount Thomas would be about the last they got to know.
Look, Chris, no crossing supervisor could have stopped what happened this morning. At least let him finish his trial. Come on, don't you have any pull at all, that counsel of yours?
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Well, I'll be gone by now, but you'd have his mobile number, wouldn't you?
Gee, you're pushy.
It only quit smiling at Daniel Crawdon. He can make her do things, can't he?
Well, yeah, sometimes. Clarence, you'll be fine, mate. Just
Looky, are you the cop that set up that phone call between Cody and his dad?
That's right, yes.
Yeah, because Cody's told me all about it, and well, now he really wants to see his dad. So, look, I'm just wondering, how did he seem to you?
I think he really loves it.
I suppose he does. So do you think I should let him see him?
Well, that's really up to you. I know I would.
There you go, man, for you. What then, you Crawdon? What?
I think you'd better get an early night, Clancy. The trial's back on.
Yeah, put it there, partner.
All right. Come on. Just shake hands.
That'll be right.
Here we are. Okay.
Welcome back, Jacko.
Thanks.
Yeah. Get in there. Just have to press the pin in at the side.
Okay. Oh, easy.
That's it.
Not quite so easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you might have to get the...
You want to bring that up?
I take it easy, Stuart. He's not helpless.
Not totally.
Good one. That's it.
We've got these ramp things put in as well, so you can get up and down easily. And...
Yeah?
Oh, great. Thanks. Check this out, mate.
Welcome back, mate.
Whoa! Wow.
Easy, Ben.
Sorry, mate. Bit speedy, was it?
Yeah, a bit. Hi, Sarge.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't think of this, did we?
What didn't we think of?
Boss, this chair's not going to go through the hatch.
You have to build another ramp for me.
Yes, so there's no problem at all. We just unlock these other doors here and go through that way. Sergeant, would you like to do the honours? No problem. It's going to be absolutely fine.
Sure. So, Jack, what are you going to do at the pub, mate? There's a lot of stairs there.
Yeah, Chris has put me in the parlour.
Ta-da!
Hey! All right, I got it from here.
No, you're all right, mate. I'll do it. All right.
Okay, thanks.
Seems pretty okay.
You think so? Just keep him busy, eh?
Sure.
Thanks, Tom. I didn't know what else to do. He was just here at 8:30 and insisted on taking over from me. It's not just the kids. I mean, he could be a danger to himself.
Looks like he's doing well.
Danny Crawdon. Morning, Danny Crawdon, Ben.
Morning, Clancy.
I'm the new lollipop man.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
What did your sign say?
Dop. Made it out of a broom. It's not really a time.
You don't have to stand at attention, Clancy.
I got a reference from Mr. Hooper at the recycling plant. He wrote Mr. Joseph Freeman. That'd me, Daniel Crawdon.
Yes, I know. Why don't you sit down?
Thank you, Daniel Crawdon. He wrote Mr. Joseph Freeman is a reliable worker.
So you wrote a letter?
Teacher Tracy wrote it for me to the Shire Council.
And did you get a reply to the letter?
I need a lollipop man. Could old Mrs. Wallace drop dead?
Oh, it's not quite that simple, Clarence.
Why? It's easy because I can do it in the morning before the recycling plant and after in the afternoon at 80p 11th quarter.
So, who actually handles the applications, do you know? Is he in? Yeah, very sudden, I hear. Most unfortunate.
There we go, not too
And
deep.
what's the situation with those applicants?
Yeah, that's the way.
No, I understand. I'll call back. Thanks. Well, according to the Shire Manager's office, the previous supervisor, Mrs. Wallace, died of a heart attack on Sunday night, so there is a vacancy, and Clancy's applied.
But no appointment yet.
Not yet. Do you really think he's up to this, boss?
I don't see why not. Clancy's a lot smarter than some people think.
Oh, you
Smart enough for this?
Look, we're talking about a school crossing supervisor, not brain surgery.